Welcome to How to QBO Like a Pro. I'm Greg Freyman, owner of Freyman CPA. I've been doing bookkeeping since pretty much right out of college. Today I'm going to show you the fastest way to reconcile your books. Now, in practice, this is how we apply it for small accounts. And when I say small accounts, I mean accounts that don't have thousands of transactions per month. You're looking at, a couple of hundred maybe per month at most. There's much faster ways to go about reconciliations for accounts that have a vast amount of data. All right, that's not what this video is intended for. This video is intended for a brand new person that went in, decided to reconcile their books and records, and got stumped and started checking things off very slowly. So let's dive in. All right, so as you can see here in our window, this is my reconciliation of account. You navigate there by going to the gear button, clicking reconcile. All right, so as we'll assume that we have an opening balance, and we'll assume that the beginning balance is working. If you're not sure how to get that beginning balance to work, it's because you probably didn't bring in a beginning balance and it probably wasn't reconciled. So this particular example has an opening reconciliation that was working. There was nothing wrong with it, and we've already reconciled 1 month. All right, so if you want to take a step back, we can go by history by account, and I can show you how that was. In history by account, it'll show me my reconciliation. So these books actually have an assumption that all we had was that opening balance to equity. So the only thing we did was, and let me show you how that worked. I'm going to undo the reconciliation. I'm going to go back in, and now I'm going to reconcile this account. So my beginning balance would be 0. So let's say my closing balance was 10,000. Let me see, what was that? 10,104.14. Okay, that was my closing balance as of September 30, 2020. When QuickBooks makes a connection with your bank account, if there was an opening balance, it doesn't know what to do with it. So it just gives you a plug. Okay, and that plug is opening balance. So that's not the right way to go about it, but this video is not intended to explain to you how to go about everything that happened before that. All right, so I just wanted to make that clear. This video is how to reconcile your books the fastest way I know how, and how I've been doing it for years. So let's start. The first thing you do after you get to your reconciliation window is you go to your bank account. You're going to export all the data into a CSV file or an Excel file, and that's going to look like this. All right, this is raw data. This is exactly how the data appears when it comes in from the bank. Okay, so what we're trying to do here is just reconcile the month of October. We'll make a little space there. And I'm going to go ahead and copy that cell. I'm going to paste that value into the ending balance. I'm going to put 10/31/2020. I'm going to start my reconciliation. And my oh my, everything's been selected, and guess what? I don't reconcile. Oh gosh, you might be thinking, now I'm going to be checking one number at a time. You're wrong. Let me show you how we do it quickly. What you do is you pull this up, all right, and you're going to basically sort everything you see here by the amounts column or column D. What that's going to do is going to push the debits from the credits aside. So now I can quickly find where my difference is, because now I'm looking at my debits versus my credits, and I can compare it to QuickBooks. So my total debits amounts to $10,926.99. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm identifying where my problem is. Is my problem in the debit side or the credit side? In other words, the amount spent or the deposits, and then, or both, and then I can pinpoint where to look. So in this particular case, it doesn't look like my payments are off. My payments are spot on, right? So that's the comparison. Right there to right here, right there to right here. So my issue is not with the payments, it's with the deposits, right? So if we add the deposits, guess what? My deposits are off. I have too much in deposits. So why did I sort this by amount? Is because I want to also compare it. I want to sort here by amount. Aha, I am missing $382.06. But do you see how fast of a time savings this can be? So let's go ahead and add that now. Bank deposit. Going to refresh the window. Don't think that it wasn't entered. You have to refresh the window, and if you made a goof like me, then you have to also adjust the date. My bad. That date was 10/23. Yeah, I still make rookie mistakes. I'm not perfect. That's because sometimes my mind goes faster than everything else. I'm already in the next phase. Anyway, there it goes. 382. Boom, I'm done. So you can see how this can be a huge time savings for you. Now let's do the next month, and then we'll call it a day. This should basically help you a whole lot. Again, it's going to be the same concept. I'm going to pull the ending statement balance right off of the bank statement. To me, that's the same as a bank statement. I'm going to put in 2020. I'm going to start my reconciliation. Lo and behold, whoops, I'm off again. So what's the first thing we always do? We sort by amounts if we want to compare the numbers, or we're going to sort by the deposits, which is most likely. So what I'm trying to do here is figure out, well, do my payments match my banking and do my deposits, and where the problem is? So I'm going to go back to my Excel worksheet yet again. I'm not going to sort by balance. I want to keep the original balance as is. And now I'm going to sort by the amount, column D. Now that's pushing the debits away from the credits. I'm going to sum up all of my expenditures. I already see where the problem is. 10, 540, 26. Yep, so my payments are off. And you might ask yourself, well, how about the deposits? Are the deposits good? They're showing 10,136. And the deposits are good at here. You can see on the bottom right, 10,136.35. So we know that something's off here. The next step, if you don't want to go through every single item and start comparing every single number, you can. Sometimes you have to. You have to just, there's just so many numbers that the fastest way to compare is literally go one at a time. But here it's very evident. You know, we're missing the 1542. In this particular case, it's very easy. And this is a funding, so let's go ahead and book it as a whatever expenses, just for an example. We're going to recall the transaction. Here he is. He's waiting for us. He's all happy. He's happy to be back. Let's change the date to 11/16. We're not going to mess that one up twice now. All right. Beautiful. There we go. Let's refresh. All right. There he is, waiting. No more. He's been reconciled. We're done. All right, guys. Hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great day.